Okay, so like for my project, I'm going to be building an intruder detection system using the Raspberry Pi, related accessories, and the Python programming language. So in terms of my problem domain, there are many traditional types of intruder detection systems which use cameras and other standard detection mechanisms. Although many of the traditional intruder detection systems use CCTV types of devices which contain cameras, computers, and human operators in order to be monitored. They're good in what they do, but they do have some limitations, such as high cost and a lack of integration with the technology-enabled devices as well as the internet. They're not easily adaptable in terms of the integration with the widely used communications tools, such as email, smartphone, so on. So my focus of this project is on building the prototype of an intruder detection system using the learnings I've had in this unit so far. So the prototype, it shows that an effective system can be built using a low-cost micro computer. In this case, it's a Raspberry Pi. And the other open source components like a camera module, PI, sensor, and so on. Such a sensor can be used for many different purposes and in different settings. So it's not my objective to build a fully fledged and a fully operational system, but a prototype that shows the capability of what can be achieved when we use the Raspberry Pi. My focus is on integrating the hardware components with the readily available and accessible technology-enabled devices, for example, a smartphone and Internet of Things, which is known as an IoT. In that sense, my project is going to focus on how to communicate with other devices, which is one of the key focuses in the embedded system units. So more than the hardware, which is obviously needed to enable the system to work, I'm going to focus more on the software things in my project. So in terms of hardware components, pretty straightforward. I'm going to have the following things and related accessories like power supply monitor, obviously. So I'm going to have Raspberry Pi, PI sensor, and the PI camera. So recently the Raspberry Pi has gained in popularity quite a bit and is used for a variety of home automation and other types of projects. So the PI sensor, which is a passive infrared sensor, will enable us to detect the motion and is able to do so using changes in the infrared levels when there's an intruder, like a person. The PI camera is used to capture the image of the intruder, and both these components can be easily integrated with the Raspberry Pi. I'll use the Python programming language to build the software, and I have a decent understanding of Python from the algorithms unit that I undertook in my first year in Deakin, and I've got some level of familiarity with the language. So more importantly, Python is an easy to use language and contains the necessary libraries for enabling the operations of an embedded system. And I'll learn about the libraries which will be useful to me for the project and make sure that they're installed and so on for the integration. Okay, so with the software and integration being the main focus of the project, I'm planning to demonstrate integrations like the following, using the new material and what I learned earlier in the unit, like email, SMS, web server, web services, Google APIs, and so on. So various alerts and messages will be sent out whenever we detect an intruder. One may not need to have all this integration for the system to be effective, but the key part of the project is to demonstrate the types of integrations which are possible. And yeah, that's my project pitch. Thanks for listening.